In this digital age, where the world is at our fingertips, we're dreamers, we're believers, reaching for the stars, yeah. With AI by our side, possibilities endless and bright. There's a future full of promise and it's within our grasp. So let's embrace the power.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is nice to see all of you again today. Welcome. Okay, so before we get too deep into this, I'm gonna stop the music and make it all about me. So today we're gonna create a story from scratch inside of Raptorite. We're going to show you how to get the API keys for Open Router, for Open AI, for Google, and so on and so forth. And then maybe even show you a little bit of video stuff at the end from Google with their new Flow thing. But before we do that, I had the worst day at my day job today. And I mean, every day that I go back and I have this job to think about when I come here, when I go there, makes it so hard to go. And I mean, so I've decided that I'm going to take what is called a coffee break at Starbucks. It's a 12-month hiatus. You can do 6 months, you can do 12 months. And I just over the years, I've worked there for 12 years. And over the years, I've realized that the interactions of the people who are coming up with very small, minute, very annoying traits, I have a tendency to not care about because they're always going to move on. Starbucks is not specifically transitory, but with a lot of the young people who try to work in the morning, it's very transitory. I work with a lot of people who I trust and everything, but usually it's some transient person that's not used to getting up early in the morning that becomes more than a pain. But so I'm just kind of feel like I'm just getting too old for this, where I need to deal with these sorts of things. So me and my wife are going on our annual trip to wherever we decide we want to go when it's our anniversary. Usually it's in the States, and that's in September. And all I have to do is make it to September. I'm hoping that my business here with the Future Fiction Academy is as such that I can not feel stressed out about moving on. But I am going to, at least for a year's time, move on from Starbucks. So what I'm probably going to end up doing, and I've actually started the process inside the academy, is teaching more. I'm going to teach some classes. I taught one about Suno that's actually I'm going to break down into a standalone class. That and some YouTube content that I already have, and between those two things, I'm going to create a nice little course that and even have some interjections about introductions to each section, because the sections can be long. And anyway, so that's how I'm going to help to maintain my lifestyle from September on, is to do this. I love y'all. I love doing this. I love every aspect of connecting with people and imparting in them the knowledge that they can create their own future with automation, with AI, with their mind being creative and leveraging AI in a way that is completely and utterly original because it's theirs. It's something out of their brain, out of their creativity, out of their heart. I love my job. Now, that being said, it doesn't um, it doesn't make the fear of this whole thing, the way where I'm going and how I'm doing this. Um, but then I remembered something. For years before I started working at Starbucks, I was a professional actor. And that's all I did. I went on auditions, I went and I did commercials. All I did for 12 years straight was either run a theater, directed a theater, acted a theater, or produce a show. I sometimes would produce shows that I didn't actually run the theater. I I loved that because I was in the mix. I was doing things creative and I was working with people. I have not had that really um, since the pandemic, about a year before the pandemic. I hadn't really been in a show or anything like that since the year before the pandemic, and then after that, I kind of got older and kind of olded out of a lot of roles, and this place became all of a sudden AI bubbled up, and I found this community, and this happened. This is all to say, all of this is that you should not have the fear. You should not have that thing that stops you from moving forward in your life because it's all temporary, completely and utterly temporary. Everything you are experiencing right now is a temporary state of being. You know how I know? Because time moves on, y'all. And it's time for me to move on. I had a YouTube channel that was pretty much the same name as this one, the Future Fiction Factory, and I moved on because this was where I should be. And so I want you to think about that when we are starting here from scratch. What I want you to do is visualize the fact that this is the first book, even if you've written books, even if you've done a bunch of stuff, we are doing this from scratch. And from scratch is is where the dragons lie. That unknown territory, that blank page. And Raptor Write is absolutely perfect for the blank page. Now, you say to yourself, we have been talking about plot drive, plot drive, plot drive, plot drive. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And plot drive is still very much in our lexicon of tools that we use. But this isn't about a tool that you have to pay for right now. At some point, that may change with plot drive. I don't know. I'm not privy to it. I'm not in their company. But I will tell you this: Raptorite has been free and will always be free. And there's some ways you can upgrade it and stuff like that, but I don't even know if we offer that sort of thing anymore. I think you just have access to all of the API keys. I mean, places to get API keys. So that's my. I had this on my mind. I have been so incredibly frustrated, especially today, and I needed this catharsis sort of. I, I just needed to be here with y'all, perfectly with y'all. So let's create something. Let's create something cool. I keep looking at my guitar and looking at my little VR things, controllers hanging off of the guitar. And I keep, every time I come up with a guitar story, it's mostly because I'm looking at my red Epiphone guitar, electric guitar behind here. It's actually not red. It's actually like an apple, like a dark, like a burnt apple color. It's beautiful, beautiful guitar. Not a super expensive guitar, but gets the job done. I love it. And then I have another guitar over here. It's a Takamine, and it's an acoustical guitar, but it's also electric, acoustic and electric. And I want to create a story around something with those two things in mind. So let's play. Let's have fun, and let's create the future we want. Our like absolute superpower right now is to learn AI, learn how it works, and learn all of the ways that you can take the things that you hate about the things that you hate in self-publishing, and let's take those and wipe them away with AI. And one of the best ways to start that out is with ideation. So I want to get into Raptor Write. And so let's do that. Let's do that. Here is Raptor Write. When you first are greeted here, it says, "Welcome to Raptor Write. Would you like to log in to access your writing space with the FFA Teachable?" Now, I have a link in the description. Go to that link and click on it. And if it says, if you want this great program, so go there and click on it, and it will take you over to Raptor Write. And that is literally the easiest and freest way to get involved with the Future Fiction Academy. The Future Fiction Academy, just in case you did not know, is a collective of like-minded individuals who use artificial intelligence to enhance their creativity and help each other in this world of self-publishing. That's what we do. We have classes, we have standalone classes, we have all kinds of things. We even have an accelerator. So if you go over to the futurefictionacademy.com, click on the link, go to the accelerator, and that will set you up with the, what is this? The June accelerator. And you're going to get 2 books out of that deal. You're going to write 2 books, $249 a month. And you could do it for 6 months for a discount off of a whole month. So, or a year, you get 2 months for free. Go over to the future, and links in the description below. Okay. But the easiest way to get into it is Raptor Write. I've still got this lingering cough. It's so annoying. It's been hanging on for days. It's so annoying. And this is weeks. This is week 7 of me like going in and out of sickness. The sickest I've ever been. And I had flu shots this year. I got double tap, flu COVID. It's so annoying. All right. Now we are in Raptor Write, and I'm going to hit login, and it should just log me in. Authentic. Oh, yep. It's still there. It's still there. Anyway, it says authentication successful. Authentication. Man. I don't have any. Raptor Write has been changed at least 3 or 4 times, and you will be happy to know that we are officially going to start doing a little bit of zhuzhing on this program again. At first, we weren't doing it, but now we are back in business. Okay, so first off, I want to get my meat and potatoes provider. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on open router. I'm going to change provider and click on open router. And I don't have any API key in there. So what I'm going to go and do is go over to open router. Where are you? And you'll see here that I'm in open router right now. And I'm going to come up here and get some keys. I'm going to get some keys. Okay. But before I'm going, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you over here. And there you go. And then I'm going to get a key that I don't have to give you all access to the key. Cause I like you all, but I don't like you that much. I'm going to call the API key new Raptor. Oh, actually, that's the wrong thing. That was a growl. That was funny. Anyway. And copying that key. And we'll go over here and drop that key in there. Paste. And that one should work. We're going to do this and we're going to test it out because seriously, I decided to do this Tuesday and I thought to myself, you know what? I mean, in my meeting, we were having some discussions about some stuff. I was like, you know what? We haven't done in a while. And everybody was like, what? And I was like, let's do some Raptor Write. So I haven't touched this in a very long time. So we're going to kind of fall through this together. It's exciting. I love the simplicity of Raptor Write. It's so simple. I mean, Plot Drive has all kinds of interesting ways to innovate on this idea, but the basics are still the basics. If you want to access the AI, it does very simple things. If I put something in here, Mary had a, and it's going to decide to predict the next word. So I'm going to hit the / button, and it's going to start writing. Mary had a dense sense of curiosity that often led her to explore the hidden corners of her small town. One chilly afternoon, as leaves rustled underfoot like whispers of forgotten secrets, she stumbled upon an old, decrepit house at the end of an overgrown lane. Its windows, clouded and cracked, seemed to watch her as she approached, framing an aura of mystery that tugged at her adventurous spirit. Gathering her courage, Mary pushed open the creaky gate, its hinges groaning in protest, and stepped inside the ivy-clad yard. Vines clung to the walls as if nature sought to reclaim what once was. Interesting. Temperature is at 100. We got about 2,000 characters, and this is old school, y'all. So this is the new Write. You can either decide you like it or you cannot like it. Let's say I like it. And now all of this actually exists inside of my document. I could start new projects, add folders over here, or add documents to different folders. This has been an old staple of the way that we work, and this is completely free. All you have to do is sign up and you get access to this. All of this lives on your computer in your browser. Okay. So any files that you have live in your browser. And how do you get that out of your browser, you say? Let me see here. There we go. In the settings, you can go down here and back things up, or you can restore other projects by going in and both things go into your file system, and backups leave something there, restore goes and gets something and brings it here, and you can use it. Okay, now what is this? What is this? I'm afraid to click on it. Okay, let's click on it. Convert to zip. Convert your zip to Raptor. Huh. Okay, look, see? It opened up this window. Convert your zip to Raptor. Something new. I'm really enjoying this. This is like exploring an old friend. Very freaking cool is what it is. Okay, we're gonna go back and actually let me see what's going on with my people who are probably talking with 10 things right now. Hey, Danny, what's up? Yo. Um, hey, 100% glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here too. I'm glad I'm here. Yes, plot drive. I got here a bit late. Will a recording be available? A recording of this? Yes, of course it will be available. It will be in the form of a live stream, and I'm probably going to cut some of this down. Like my front end rant might not make it into the video, but I will probably do a little lead in and a lead out and use this part right here where I'm showing everyone how to do this stuff. I'll probably cut this out of the video and use it for something later. All right, so let's see here. Got here. Let's see. Usually have it. Yep, there we go. Don't get flu shots because every time I do, I end up in the hospital for 106 fever. I'm pretty resilient with these things. It's weird, and it works really well for my wife. I would shudder to think how sick she would be if she didn't get vaccinated for things. All about choice, y'all. Personal choice. Can I spell what? Open router or Raptorite? Which one you want me to spell? Haven't tried plot drive yet, but I did a chapter outline homework from the cohort class, and it zoomed. It's a very cool program, and that's why we have Raptorite, because it's a free sort of version of plot drive without a whole bunch of the bells and whistles that plot drive have. This is a basic version of it, but it does pretty much any functionality you want, and because it's such a blank slate, we kind of do weird things. I mean, you could code in this thing if you really wanted to. Let me see here. Doing that right now, actually. Look at you, Shannon, getting your cohort work done. I usually go with temp 0.7. Yeah, you know what? I usually just go with whatever is there. And if I don't like the output, or if it's acting weird, or if it's a little persnickety or something like that, that's when I kind of peel it back and stuff like that. But I get the 0.7 thing. And I've heard Elizabeth say that she likes to pull it back quite about that far, and it feels awfully conservative to me. But that's like I said, it's all about your own choices. That's why you are an individual and are a creative. That was a growl. Yes, it was. All right, now back to the regularly scheduled program. It was a growl. It was a growl. So what? I don't care. I don't care. It was a growl. You know what I am gonna do? Oh no, nope, I'm not, because it keeps zipping back and forth. I could do this. I could actually. Nope. This is what we're doing. I want you to see that I used Open Router and it worked perfectly. Don't want to use Open Router myself right now. I want to use OpenAI. Well, how in the world do you get into OpenAI? Go to openai.com, not chatgpt.com, not chat.com, openai.com. You go over there and it will say to you, hey, you want to log in? And you say, yeah, I want to log in. And it says, okay, what kind of login you want to do? And it look over. Oh, there we go. So you come over here to openai.com and it says, do you want to log in? And it's right over here, right? And you say, yeah, do you want to log into ChatGPT? I'm like, no. You want to log into Sora? I was like, no, I don't want to log into Sora. Well, what do you want to log into? Well, you got API. I hit API. And then boom, I'm inside of OpenAI. Now, say I want an API key, right? I just want an API key. All I have to do is, where is it? Keep on. It's always ooh, wait a minute. I always forget I always click on the wrong thing and then I'm deep in the weeds before I know it. Hold on. Just do the right thing, Ykello. I'm doing this as if I have no clue how to get this started. You have to work your way through this when you first start with API keys. So I'm looking for an API key. And there they are. They're all about API keys. And then all I have to do is create new API. And how did I find that? I went to the search function. There was a search function on the other page, and I just typed into the search function. Now I'm going to create a new API key. But before I do that, you know the drill. We're going back over here. And I don't want you to see what I don't want you to see. That's all I'm saying. I just don't want you to see it. All right. So now that you're here, back over here and we're enjoying this, I'm going to go over to OpenAI and grab my API key. I'm going to call this one New Raptor. Oh, goodness. I love my job. And I'm going to love it even more when I start creating classes for y'all to buy standalone classes. I'm going to go, nope, we're going to go default project. Because then in that at that moment, it will really be my job. It will be what I do. I create things, educational pieces for pieces of content in order to help you facilitate your life. Oh, my wife just texted me 5 minutes ago. Hello, how was your day going? She knows I had a really bad day. She knows I had a really, really bad day. Okay, and now we're going to change. We're on this provider, and we're going to paste. And now we're going to pick a. We're going to pick. Do we have 04 yet? We have 03. 03 mini 01. And actually, let's see what happens if I pick 01. I can give it a lot of room to think. 01. And I'm going to grab this. Oh, I forgot about that. I'm going to copy that. I'm telling you, this is like riding an old bike. This is so much fun. Okay. And then I'm going to go to project settings and I'm going to add a new document. And I'm going to paste. And now we're make sure our settings are right. We got that all the way out to 16. Okay. All right. What does Mary have now? Mary had a. Come on, baby. There we go. It's a thinking. Will it or won't it? That's what I want to know. I'm super excited. Oh, there we go. Oh, eh, oh. Okay. Okay. All right. That was interesting. Mary had a silver mirror tucked away in her old trunk, hidden beneath layers of weathered quilts. Each evening, she would quietly lift the lid, hold the mirror up to the light, and watch as moonbeams danced across its surface, igniting teeny sparks of memories she wasn't yet ready to share. Interesting. And we're going to give it a thumbs up. I do find it fascinating that it only outputted a sentence, but it makes a little sense. The other one was a little too verbose. And why was it too verbose? Because it's a bit of a dumber model. Maybe this was adhering to the assignment better. So, now we have played with it. You say to yourself, what is this, all this other stuff? Well, let's take a quick peek. That right there, that's cut. That right there, that's copy. That right there, that's paste. That's bold. That's italic. That's underline. That's strike through. Okay. This is block quotes. You can quote a block. Clear everything. Say, no, I don't like it. Yes, I do like it. You could even clean up Markdown when it comes up, when one of the LLMs puts Markdown in there or puts down the asterisks and stuff like that to make Markdown actually possible. You can rerun your LLM just like your slash button. Let's see, what was this one? Show last prompt. Preview the prompt that's coming up. And you can create a new document up here. You can save a document. You can load a project. Over here, you've got font size control. You can stop the LLM from actually doing its thing. What is this? Oh, Pomodoro timer. This is a Pomodoro timer. That's cool. You can download your whole story as one document, download it as multiple documents, or you can download whatever current document you have going right there. Let's see. What other things do you need to know that you really need to know? I guess you could look down here and see how many words and stuff like that and tokens and everything that's going on inside of your document. But, that's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't understand that, I apologize for not explaining it. Let's see. And I showed you all how this works. You can switch on all your documents. The power of Raptorite, thing that sparked the imaginations of thousands of people seriously used Raptorite all the way up until this iteration. Thousands of people. You can toggle on and off documents. You can toggle on documents in entire folders. You can create new folders that are only toggle on and do certain things. It is a powerful. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to not use this, and we're going to have a conversation. I would like to create a story about a guitar and VR. As a matter of fact, I've got two guitars, an electric guitar and a acoustic guitar. They're both electric, but one's obviously an acoustic and one's obviously an electric guitar. Give me 15 scenarios that are sci-fi based, and it should be in a far future, and it should be space opera based. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is a prompt. I'm going to go down here so I have a nice little separation. And then we're going to see what we can see. Will it think about this scenario? Will it give me 15 good scenarios? Will O1 do what I want it to do? I say yes. Growing nebula? Okay, let's see here. In a growing nebula, cathedral, the acoustic holographic strings resonated from crystalline walls. Pulses of cosmic amid the colossal swept. This is wrong. Should be individual. Oh, scenarios. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I shouldn't have said that. For stories that are complete with a beginning, middle, and end, and you have to tell me what the beginning, middle, and end of each one of these stories is. That are based on the future and blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Let's see it fly. All right. And while that's thinking about whatever it's thinking about, let me go over here and see what everybody's saying about stuff. Let's see what's happening. Uh, That's funny. When we created Rexy, it had a Rexy or Rexy 2 has a audible sound that plays when it's done with its sequencing. It's pretty cool, actually. Okay, now we're cooking with gasoline. I'm gonna say yes to this stuff automatically. Yes, because it looks like it kind of adhered to my instructions perfectly. Wow, it really did. Let's play with a couple of these scenarios. Sorry, everyone. I keep lingering on this stupid cough. The Cosmic Bard Overture. Beginning. A rogue musicologist. A rogue musicologist discovers two legendary guitars, one an acoustic powered by solar resonance, the other a traditional electric charged by dark matter. Middle. She uses VR star charts to unlock celestial chords that can steer an entire fleet. Her symphonic transitions disrupt a rival empire's stealth. End. In a grand finale, both guitars harmonize and send a pulse that halts the conflict. The musicologist becomes a celebrated international troubadour, uniting worlds under the banner of galactic peace. Well, Gracie, thank you for showing up, honey. Appreciate you. She's right here, y'all. You might not be able to see her, but she sure is right here, and I'm petting her. Yes, I am. Y'all, Gracie's gonna have to get a new groomer come this fall, and I'm kind of stressed out about that happening. But I don't want to have to go all the way down the Pacific anyway. It's like a day's trip for me to do all of that stuff for her. And so she gets a new groomer. I'm very excited. I hope the groomer's good, so she can come back with she can look like a little lion and stuff. I want to give her a little booty butt too. Big old booty. I've watched too many shorts lately. Echoes of the Red Nebula. You know what? I'm just wondering, do I have some kind of, or is it all dancey hip hoppy stuff? I'm going to get some epic music that I can play, acoustic cinematic. How about this? Echoes of the Red Nebula. Beginning. Pilots aboard a station near the Red Nebula unveil a VR jam session room where the two guitars can project visions of forgotten alien civilizations. The middle. As they practice with the guitars, the images they conjure reveal a hidden wormhole, a pursuit of glory. A pirate clan tries to steal the instruments. Interesting. I like this. End. In a final concert, they amplify the wormhole's resonance. The station's crew outsmarts the pirates and explores new galactic frontiers, forging alliances with newly discovered realms. 3. Serpent Song of the Singularity. A cosmic priesthood forbids any form of music, claiming it interferes with their data prophets' algorithms. 2 rebels find the sacred guitars. Rumored to channel quantum frequencies, they plug it into a VR console that simulates parallel dimensions, learning to merge the acoustics warmth and the electric riffs. The priesthood scrambles to silence them. The combined chorus cracks the data prophet's code, freeing universe. The newly enlightened citizens vow to never let music be silenced again. Cantina of the Lost Moons. The Drifter lands on an abandoned mining colony turned cosmic tavern. 2 battered guitars hang in a corner, rumored to be relics from a legendary band. By syncing them with an advanced VR rig, the Drifter stumbles on acoustic illusions of a hidden warship built beneath the tavern's floors. Unrest brews as scavengers arrive. A rousing jam with the resurrected band stabilizes ancient tech that drifts the tavern to safer orbit. The guitars remain as a testament to courage, born from music. The doomed colony orbiting Neptune struggles under unstoppable radiation storms. A famous VR composer arrives with 2 guitars that resonate on frequencies believed to repair the atmosphere. He teaches the colonists to wield the acoustic for structural harmony and the electric for energetic bursts, forging a planetary orchestration that echoes across the cosmic winds. On the brink of destruction, the grand performance in VR staves off catastrophe. Clouds part, Neptune's rings glow anew, and the colony thrives under the composer's sonic guardianship. Okay, the first 5 there might be something there. And the music was working for me too. All right, so let's see. Let's go with, one of them popped out at me. What was it? Wow. Gracie, I got your hair all over me now. Ew. Gracie. It's just crazy, Gracie. She's like, no, it isn't. Meow. Where was it? Pirates. What was it? Drifter lands in an abandoned mining colony turned cosmic tavern. Yeah, let's go with that one. Okay, so we're going to go with this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy it. And then we're going to say here, we're going to go down to the bottom here. I'm going to say, ooh, yeah. Uh-oh. Am I having issues? Ooh, yeah. Exclamation point. That was the jam. Wow, that really did not like what I said. Anyway, what I want you to do is use this specific scenario from the list, and let's build out a full story dossier on this particular story. I want a full breakdown and give me characters. It's a space opera, and I want a male lead. And I want lots of supporting characters, and I want the lead to be a swashbuckler and daring, and bit of a ladies man. There we go. Want a scoundrel, I guess. No, I don't. I don't want him to be a scoundrel. I just want him to be a badass. Now I'm still using 01. It's going to think about this one. Yes, it is. Oh, shoot. Stop. Oh, man. I screwed up. Now, you know what's so sad about this is I'm probably going to want this too, but I'm going to put it in a different document. Nice little dossier, possible honks. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to say yes. We're going to say yes quickly. We're going to go up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all of this stuff right here. Actually, no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we are not. All right, we're going to do this right here. And we're going to paste that sucker right there. And now we have the scenario, and now we can highlight all the rest of this crap and excavate it completely, make another document, drop that in there, and then we'll go back to this document. And at some point, you should probably start titling these things so that you don't have blank title, blank title, blank title. So you don't want to do that. But you do now have officially your Cantina of the Lost Moons. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go click, 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 and run, and see what it has to say now. It's going to think about it. It's going to take that scenario. There we go. And now it is building. It's got about the whole document has about 2,000 words. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I like this. Cyrus Sy Moriadan, a confident swashbuckler, drifted through the galaxy as on half truths and charm, tall, broad-shouldered, rakish grin, quick wit, equally at home, wooing stranger in a tavern or evading bounties on half a tank of star fuel. Okay, star fuel. I like that idea. While he, I like the word. I like star fuel. That's interesting. While he once lived by the sword and cunning, he recently discovered a hidden passion for music, especially when Fates placed two legendary cards. Yeah, okay. Fierce bartender, key supporting characters. Okay, the resurrected band, hollow projections of the original. This is interesting. Setting. Let's see. The Lost Moons outpost. Maybe call it Last Moon. The Last Moon outpost. Abandoned mining, drifting 2 moons, dilapidated, smoky air, scattered tables. Okay, so this is the part where we should chit chat. What am I doing right now? I am validating. That's what you need to do. You need to validate. You have to. It has to happen. You have to inject who you are and what you do into this. Are you a writer? Do you think you write? Do you write already? Do you know how a scene unfolds? I happen to do it. I happen to know it because I went to school in order to be an actor. So I have studied a lot of scripts and the way scenes unfold. And I learned a lot about directing and how to actually move people around in the scene. Is that part of your dossier missing? It is? Oh, it seems flat. It doesn't seem like you. There's a reason for that. It doesn't seem like you because it isn't you, unless you interject you into the process. So do that. This is the part where I'm validating. I'm not going to do it on the air because for expediency, I'm not going to do it on the air. But know that you have to validate. All right. That's enough of me yelling at you about validations. You have to validate now. Okay. Now we are validating. Oh, what am I doing here? And validating and validating and validating. And I am very happy with what I see. I'm going to hit the thumbs up to take it in to make it actually appear in the document. And now I'm going to take this dossier and I'm going to make this dossier its own document. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to create another document. I'm going to call this one dossier. Okay. I'm going to splat that in there. We're going to call this we're going to call this one idea 1. And we're going to call this, I think, development. Yes. We're going to call this one devel. Sorry if you're hearing something in the background going on. They're doing construction. A cable fell down right across our driveway to the apartment complex that I live in, and they're finally fixing it after it's not sitting in front of the driveway, but sitting over on the side of the driveway for weeks now. All right, and now that one's called devel. And this one was sample. Okay, now I have been working on my development, and now I have a dossier. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to beef up this dossier. So I'm going to highlight all of the information inside of here. And then I'm going to click on, highlight, and I'm going to right click. And I'm going to hit revise. And that will create an actual box that pops up. And then you can create instructions to specifically, just like in Plot Drive, you're able to specifically change the direction of everything going on. So what we're going to do is create an even more detailed dossier of everything that you have highlighted. I want deeper understanding of the conflict and drama of this story, and I want it all expressed inside the dossier because it's going to be used by a large language model to interpret a outline that it can then use to create the story. So you spare no expense. Please make sure that this is as properly thought through as it can possibly be. I don't always tell it to be really detailed because sometimes it's just doing detail for detail. I need it to think through this and do it right. I'm going to submit it. I'm still working with 01. And it's going to rewrite this whole thing. Okay. And then give me an example and show me everything that's different. And this is one of the ways we zhuzh this up. I could have said something specifically about space opera in specific, but let's see here. So here's the dossier title, Cantina, the Lost Moon. Dossier title, Cantina, the Last Moon. The first part section is principal character, and it gives me a much more detailed accounting of our principal character down here. It's like 3 or 4 more lines. Key supporting cast. Looks like you have a breakdown of all of the people And the key supporting cast has what is this? One, two, one, two. Wow. Okay, so here's the supporting cast right here. Very, very short. And then here's the supporting cast with like breakdowns of each one of the characters, including the band. And so it's really just really thought this through and thought it out and made it bigger. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of the original story and thumbs this up. And now the original story is gone. And now I have a much more detailed and much broader sort of dossier in order to build this story. Dossier Enhanced offers deeper insight into each character's struggles, the dire stakes threatening the colony, and the transcendent might of music. It underscores how creativity, empathy, and unity can transform. And yep, it's working for me. Now you have a foundation to this story, something that you can really iterate on. This is a crazy idea for a story with all the VR and the saving of the colony and it being in the future and all of that stuff. But sometimes you spin things up like this in this quick manner without validating until you get to this point and you're about to create a very detailed sort of outline of the story that you want. And then you go through each one of these characters bit by bit. And you take Sherry Vox, a VR specialist and historian. Sherry's devoted herself to retrieving and preserving lost technology and legends. She arrives at the cantina, keen to verify rumors of the two rare guitars. You could then add it seems like they've, there should be maybe their banker crackles with tension and her disciplined mind both challenges and compliments Sigh. And that right there, it says tension. But what should it say? Sexual tension. There should be some sexual tension. That's right. And then the resurrected band, the Lost Moon, group of legendary musicians. This is where you actually add their names and stuff like that. From centuries ago, Joe kill them quiet. Oop. Quietly. Kill them quietly. Morgan. Joe kill him quiet. Kill him. Kill him quietly, Morgan. And you could continue to add on base. And you could continue to add stuff like this. And then powerful chord resonance, so on and so forth. Story structure, introduction, escalation. And this is where you really get into the meat and potatoes. You talk about the character arcs. You tweak the character arcs. You come up with any new clever ideas. You look at this thing. You do not take it for granted or at face value. It is just a starting point. That's your ideation, and that's how you start your story. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to change models. Where is it? I'm going to go from this to, where are you, O3? Where are you? Where are you, O3? Just, where are you? All right, I guess we're going to have to go with O3 Mini. Where? I'm not exactly happy about that. Okay, we're going with O3. No, I'm not. No, I am not. And we're going to go to the project. We're going to turn on the dossier. We're going to create a new document. And we're going to call that new document chapter 1. And I'm just, all I have is the dossier on, and all it knows is what's in that document. It is not, you know what? Now, let's call this one outline. Outline. And create an outline for a 12-chapter novella from the dossier. And that's all I have to do. Let's just make sure that that's on a 1, and that's all that, and that's doing what it's supposed to do. Well, and since that is the case, let us hit the magic button. I hit the magic button. Yes, I did. I hit the magic button. It's thinking and it's writing. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to take this. We're going to say yes. And then I'm going to highlight it all. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to highlight just the stuff I need to highlight. And I'm going to right click and revise. Create a outline that completely fills in all aspects of the story. And it needs to be based on this outline that you are presented with. It needs to be incredibly well thought through, and each scene needs to have a climax and a wee bit of resolution in the middle of each one of the chapters, but it needs to be cliffhangery from one chapter to the next chapter to the next until the end, when it is a complete story and there is no cliffhanger. Saying all these things because, I know it can act crazy. All right, let's see what it creates. Now, what it's doing right now, it's thinking. And I love it when it thinks. It's thinking so good. So awesome. I love it. And where are we? It's chugging along at there's about, okay. Oh, that's a lot. Wow, it's really going. And there it is. Okay. Chapter 4, 5. Wow. Wow. 12. There we go. There we go. And we're going to say yes. Now that we have a complete outline, let me just take a look at this. Ooh, there is one thing I meant to do. One thing I meant to do. Revise. And whenever possible, start each chapter in media res. Now, it's actually going to go and redo this with this, and it's going to make it even more detailed and everything. So this is exciting. Starting out at 20, at like 2,000, at about 2,000 words. So we're almost at 1,000 more. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Oh, that's a decent amount of words. We're going to say yes. 1,760. Okay, there it is. Opening. This looks good. Now we have ourselves a outline. Really decent outline. And now we're going to keep the dossier on. We're going to keep the outline on. And I'm going to now officially go get an Anthropic key. I'm going to get an Anthropic key. You go over to anthropic.com, console.anthropic.com, and get yourself a new key. Name my new key. It's going to be New Raptor. And you can't see any of this right now, and I might as well not put you through the whole taking you away, so just so y'all could. New Raptor copy. And where are you? And we're going to put an Anthropic AI in here to do my bidding. And passed. And now we're going to go over to project. Oops. Let's pick a 4 sonnet. I'm going to go with that. And we're going to pick this. We're going to leave these two on right here. And I'm going to add a new document and call that one chapter 1. Okay. And I'm just going to say write chapter 1. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Bing, bing. And the plasma bolt seared past Sai's left ear, close enough that he smelled the ozone burn through his hair. He dove beside a cluster of Oh, shoot. I'm dumb. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the first rule of? All right. This is a insider baseball, but I watched The Amazing Race, and the first rule of Amazing Race is always read your clue. First rule of working with Raptor Write is always check your output limits. Now my output limits are up, and if I'm not mistaken, I bet I could get Joe to up that output limit at some point. I'm not saying he's going to do it. I'm just saying I hope I can get him to do it. Now we have an output limit that is much larger, and we can say, write chapter 1. We're going to lower the temperature to 8 because I just don't trust this new Claude. Sorry, but I don't. And there we go. Now we've written from scratch all the way through. Let's see. The cantina's air hung thick with smoke and desperation. This is supposed to be in media res. He pressed his back against the grimy. Yeah, this is wrong. Yeah, this is wrong. Oh, yeah, this is wrong. Okay, so it needs to start in media res, and what's name did a better job of making a start. Okay, I'm going to switch providers again. We're going to go Brink because maybe it's too low. Try again. One more time. There we go. The plasma bolt seared air inches away from his left ear, close enough that the single unruly brown hair that perpetually fell across his forehead singed. He dove behind a table where 3 grizzled miners were locked in a heated game of stellar poker, their credits scattered like silver stars across the scarred metal surface. Sorry, gentlemen. Sigh muttered, flashing his trademark grin, despite the adrenaline coursing through his veins. Mind if I join the game? The miners barely glanced up from their cards, accustomed to the occasional drama. That flavored life aboard the Lost Moon's pout. Yeah, this is working. Another bolt spark against the rusty walls. Yeah, this sucker. This was in 19. Oh, that's a loud plane. Sorry about that, y'all. 1911 words. Let's take 1, 2, 3 out. So 1908 words. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're going to go with the thumbs up. And let's see. The plasma root seared the air inches. Sorry, gentlemen. Sighs, heart hammered against his ribs. You're planning to sit there all night gawking, or are you buying a drink? Parker, depends. Are those bounty hunters gone, or is just waiting for me to show my pretty face? Kala's mouth quirked in what might have been amusement. The Nexarian twins, they left 10 minutes ago, muttering something about faulty intelligence. She poured an amber liquid into a glass without even being asked. Of course, that was before someone started shooting out my establishment. Not there, man. It's all right. I mean, there should be some more overt flirting, if thou, as it were. Very dialogue-y. I love it. I mean, I do like that part. That's weird and awesome all at the same time. But that right there is the first chapter of a 12-chapter novella about guitars and VR with a swashbuckling guy in the lead, and I can see the cover now. As a matter of fact, let's see here. Let me show y'all something else. This right here is Flow. And just in case y'all were wondering, it is a video generator. It uses VO to create actual things. It's the platform that VO uses in order for you to create films and stuff. Some of the stuff I showed everybody in the live stream last Thursday. VO is very good, very good. And so what in the world? Create with VO. Okay, start sharing this one. And it wants me to sign in, of course. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to share this one instead and sign in over here. Sign in with my credentials. And now I have access to VO. I have 1,000 credits, and I can create anything I want right now. So what can I create? So here's a new project. I just clicked on new project. Text to video, frames to video. All right. So what I'm going to do is look for a picture. Nope. I'm going to go text to video. Okay. Let me figure out. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. I need an image prompt that will encompass the very first part of this chapter. It needs to really relay all of the action inside of that first moment. And bam, there we go. That's why on Plot Drive, it's called the go button, because then it's time to go. Let's go. All righty. And brink. And we'll go back down here. Don't quite know why it reset all the way up there, but we're going to go here. Oops. We're going to highlight this and copy it. Then we're going to take it over to Flow. Text to video. Handheld camera shot of at the end of the scene, the camera pans up to the two moons, whether they're through a window or an open sky. And now I am officially creating my why is it doing only VO2? Fast. All right, so we'll do VO2, just one. Oh, man. And only one output next time. That makes me mad. But we're 28% done. Wow, that makes me mad. I should have been more diligent about that. Okay. And while it's creating that, I want to make sure you remember that all of this is brought to you by the Future Fiction Academy. And we actually, you know what? We now have a June. There we go. A June accelerator. And the cool thing about the June accelerator is it's exactly like the May accelerator. At the end, you get 2 books that you should have completed. You have coursework. In order to get access to other parts of the accelerator, you have to finish your coursework. We are doing this for real, y'all. We are trying to teach you how to learn how to work with AI, and we're trying to do it for $249 a month, and the accelerator lasts for 3 months. And after that, it gives you access, and it's your gateway to the mastermind. Now, if you go over to the Future Fiction Academy, you could sign up for tons of standalone classes. All of the classes, easy peasy book machine, choosing publishing niches through AI, romancing outlines, translations, all of the above. So go over to the Future Fiction Academy and you'll get access to your first draft and plot drive. They'll both be included. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And if you wanted to, you can get 6 months for $12.99, which saves you an entire month. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what it did. Let's see what it did. Where are you? There you are. This is VO2. Yeesh. Let's see. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, that's pretty awful. All right, let's try that again. And this time, a wide shot of looks like the moon thing isn't going to work either. Outpost of the moon. We're going to switch this to VO3, 1 output. I said 1. 1. And let's see here. I'm down to, after those 2 generations, I'm down to 880 credits. And it looks like if I upgrade, if I wanted to, the best of Google AI all-in-one membership. For the first 3 months, it's only $124, but then it becomes $249 after those 3 months. You get Google AI Ultra, which is the highest limits on the features and models. Flow, highest limits on the flowing. Whisk, highest limits on image to video creation with VO2. 12,500 monthly AI credits. So 10 times the amount that you get when, well, that does make sense. Notebook LM, which, yeah, all of that stuff. So, whoa. As we're at 36%, 37%. And yeah, it's coming. All right. Wow, that is molassesy slow. All right. Yeah, that is like molasses. We're at 50% though, everyone. Isn't that exciting? And we're almost, this is like the last part of it. And this is the part where I take the actual thing that we created and we create an actual scene from it. 60%. Ooh, man, oh man. I'm thinking that this is the last part of this, but it's, uh, it's, uh, 67%. Wow. Okay, let me see. What else can I do here? Um, if you go over to Mistral, you can also get your API key here. API key from Mistral. API requests. Where is it? There, up in the upper right hand corner. You click on the API and download open API specification. Nope, that's not what I want to do. API. I don't know if I remember how to create an agent. Make your first chat completion API requests. Is that what it is? Models. I have to tell you, I haven't done this in a while. Agents, classifier, API key. It's probably what I need, and I'm not doing this correctly. Oh, there it is. Workspace API key. I didn't see it. Okay, I've got a couple of old ones. What I'm going to do is create a new key. I'm going to call this one, obviously, a new Raptor. Okay, new Raptor. I'm going to, let's see if Flow has completed. Uh-oh. I'm up to 800 and 900. Uh-oh, looks like it failed. It failed. Why did it fail? Reuse prompt. Why did it fail? That was they gave me back, and see, now it's back down to 880. So it uses, hopefully this one will work this time. Okay, where was I? Still in the API key. Oh, and thought I switched over here. You can watch that click up slowly. And I'm going to go get my Mistral. All right. Copy and key. And then I'm going to go over to Raptor Write. And I'm going to go to Mistral. I'm going to paste the key. Change the output to Supermax. And what we're going to do is we're going to run chapter 1. I'm going to say chap. I'm going to put CH1 Mistral. There we go. Right. Chapter 1. We'll see what it does. Let's check the AI settings. And uh-oh. Not giving me any models. Okay, we're going to switch back to Open Router. open router. Where's Mistral large? There we go. I'm gonna open her up, and then hopefully this will work. From the base of the cantina's atmosphere, he slipped through the noisy crowd, ducking behind a rowdy card game as he scanned the room for sounds of the bounty hunters rumored to be on his tail. The air was thick with the buzzing of voices, echoing off of the rustling metal walls, every face potential threat through the haze. Yeah, this is wrong. Needs to start in media res. So let's see. Start in media res. Let's see if it'll do it this time with more explicit. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. No. I'm going to increase it to 1.2. I'm going to thumb it down and we're going to try again. And it's probably going to spin out of control. Y'all ready for? All right, grab on. Here we go. Holy crap. It really, really, honestly, is not going to start in the middle of the fight. Yeah, it's not going to do it at all. Interesting. And only 600 and woof. Man, open source models. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Let's try this again with DeepSeek. See if it's still that bad. Oh, nope. I'm gonna go all models. I'm gonna go deep. Where are you, deep? DeepSeek. DeepSeek R1528. There we go. And then let's see what happens. It's going to think about it too. It's going to churn it. It's going to learn it. Scale Tang, as he slipped through the cantina's main hatch. Nope. Not smart enough to do that. Oh, well. Now we know, ladies and gentlemen, how far we can push Raptorite. Still, till this day, how much we can push Raptorite. This is, as usual, one of my favorite things to do. Hey, Moonchild, how you doing? Good to see you. And good to see everyone else. I love my job. I hope that I get to do this until the very day that I leave this mortal coil. This has been the Future Fiction Academy. Go over there. There are links in the description below, and you can get standalone classes and all kinds of stuff. So go ahead on over there. And I just enjoy all of you. I enjoy this job. I enjoy what I do, how I do it. And I hope that I can get you to the next level as quickly as humanly possible, because the publishers are coming. They really are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. I hope that you all enjoyed this kind of romp. As you all know, I will not be doing a community class this evening, But next week I probably will, because I misinterpreted. There was some internal memo, and I misinterpreted the memo, and I think I called off classes prematurely. So I won't be doing one this evening, but I will be doing them next week. I'll do it next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after my live stream. So, all right, that's it. I will talk to all of you soon. If you have any questions, I'm on Discord, Ekello, Ekello. Pretty much the only one there. The other Ekellos haven't figured out the whole social media thing yet. And that's it. All of you. And enjoy the rest of your day. See you later. Oh, subscribe. Like right now. Like.
Kello, we're gonna take you to a show where we sing for you, where we make you blue. Kello, we are a dynamic duo. We're gonna take you to that show. Kello, we are a dynamic duo. Kello, coming back at you. Kello, that is one hell of a show, and we're gonna make you know. Kello, in the spotlight, feel the buzz, it's electric. Two hearts beat, we sync, oh so eclectic. Step on stage, hear the crowd, they're excited. With every line we drop, watch the vibe ignited. Kello, we setting the pace.